today I wanted to share what I created for Tamika, who is Scrapdaworld's die cut swap for this month here, February. Can't believe it's already over with. February is already gone, so this year is flying by. So I've created this bag topper and a handmade rolled flower. I put my information here on the bag topper, and we will open this up. And I left my holder or carrier flat, but I did put score tape on the bottom, so my swap partners, all they have to do is, I'm gonna go ahead and take these out so I can turn it upside down and you can see. So what they will do is take the score tape, and I'm just gonna fold it back so it doesn't grab before I'm ready. I'm just gonna fold these out to the side, like so. And on this piece, I have score tape on the bottom, or the top rather, and then on the bottom. So I'm just going to fold these back, like so. And then on this flap that has a cut in the middle, I'm going to tuck this piece underneath, so the score tape will hit on the bottom, and then this piece on the top. So I've just split that, and I just want to make sure that my corners are square. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this score tape off, and that looks good, and just press that down. And then we'll go ahead and pull this one off, and I'm just making sure everything is lined up. And we'll go pull that corner, or this side's lined up as well. So we'll go ahead and pull that off. I'm just going to push that down, and then we'll pull this last one. And so now we have a carrier. And I forgot to show the front. I forgot to tell you about that. I used a doily from my stash, some flowers from ASC in my stash, some of my little berries, one of the little sweetheart blossoms, and used a punch for the butterfly, and some tickets that were from the paper collection. So let's take this pack out, and we'll go through and we'll just put these together. Not everything needs to be put together, but some of them do. In this pack, we have some tickets, and I cut out some green and some peach and some of the decorative paper. And the tickets do have a little score line. It didn't show up very well when I cut it out. They have a score line right there, so if you crease it, then you can see it. Little fuzz there. So I have those, and this was just a design I created in Silhouette. And the paper collection that I used is Prima's Apricot Honey. It's an older collection, and I don't think I've used it in a while, and I had some left, so I wanted to use it. So we have the tickets, and then I created some tags as well. And for the tags, I think I cut out the decorative paper and some of that really pretty peach and some white. So everything that I cut out is going to be like the peach, the white, the decorative, and the green. I just wanted it all to coordinate. And then I have some of the little reinforcers for the top of the tag for the hole. And then I created these tags as well. And so the decorative and the white and the green this time. And this one will take some assembly. And all of my things that I cut out, I used my Silhouette, and I will link all of them in the description box below if you are interested. And on these, I did go ahead and glue this little decorative portion of the embroidery hoop on, because these little pieces I was afraid would get bent, so I went ahead and glued those on for my partners. And what we're going to do is we're going to take two of the circles, and there's two different sizes. You need a larger and a smaller, and we are just going to glue these onto the embroidery hoop. And I'm using my art glitter glue. Just get it all around the edge there, and we'll put this, center it on the embroidery hoop like so. Just a little bit peeking around. Okay, now we'll do the second one. And I did use a textured cardstock, so make sure that is, I'm using that as the front part. And I'm just making sure the little line is even all the way around, and that looks pretty good right there. And I've cut out leaves that came with the cut file, and I think I do have some extra. So we'll just go ahead and we'll start building our little scene. And I think I want the dark one on the bottom for some reason. And we'll do this one like so. I'm going to tear off the stem there and make sure it doesn't show. And I did include the flowers. I'm just using this piercing mat that I have from Stampin' Up. Let me find a larger stylus. Well, I'll just use this little one. It'll probably work better. Yeah, so I'm just going to take a larger pink and a smaller pink to make my flowers, and then a larger white and a smaller white. And I did cut out some extras just in case the person wanted to layer them more. And put the little dot of glue in there. Put that like so. And then we'll glue this one together. Okay, just gonna push it down again one more time. Get it really crinkly there. Okay, and then we can come over and put our flowers. And I think I'm going to take some of these leaves off. It's just a little bit too big. It's going to break those down a little bit, like so. And we'll add our flowers right there. And I am using a little bit of hot glue for the flowers, and that will also hold our leaves down. Just put that there, like so. And I'm going to take a white one, a small white one, and I'm just going to I'm going to fold it in half and just kind of, whoops, push down on it in the center. I need to hop around. And I think I want to tuck it just like that in there. I'm just going to put a little dot of glue. So I'll tuck it in like so. Take that. See here, get my piercing tool and just kind of fluff it back up. And now I'm going to take a small pink one. I'm going to run it, and then I'm just going to fold it in half like we did the white. And this time I'll just use my fingers and fold it in half, and we'll put it peeking out of by the white one. Do it fast enough before my glue dries, and we'll tuck it in like so, just to give it, fill it up a little bit more. And then we can take one of our dark green leaves, and I'm just going to kind of make a curve from, let's do it on a lighter one so you can see it. What I'm doing is I'm drawing from the stem line, and I'm making a curve shape till I get to the tip of the leaf. So I'm just running this along in the middle, and then I'm going to, that way your leaf will look more realistic. So let's see here. I think I want the lighter one. And then I'll put, I don't know if I want the darker one or not. I think I'm just going to put a lighter one there as well as another one. So I'll do two. Okay. And I'm breaking off this little tip since I've already put my flowers down. Just layering. Put that there, and then I'm going to break that little stem off of that one, and we'll put it over here on top. if I can get it. Okay. And I like that. I think that looks pretty good. I'll probably put another, I think I want to take this dark one and I'm going to tuck it in behind. Or let's see here. I'm going to tear some of it off and let's see if I like it. No, it's still too big. So I'm just going to tear it down where it's just a little bit smaller and kind of fold it in like that. And I'm just going to tuck it in, I do believe, right there. Yeah, I'll tuck it in right here just to fill in that spot. And I'm just going to put a little dot of glue down in there. And I'll just slide that in. And where it's torn, you're not going to be able to see. And I forgot to put some little flat back gems for them to put in their flower center. So this is the embroidery hoop. I included several of the butterflies for this, and all you need to do on this is you can decide which side of the decorative paper you want. I'm going to go with the peach, and I'm just going to put a dot of glue down the center and put it right there like so. Whoops. Maybe. Hold it a little bit longer this time. There we go. And so that's the butterfly. I love those. I think they came out really pretty. And then this one is a roller skate. So it has a lot of little pieces, and I put the tiny little pieces in a separate bag. And I will get out the pieces for the roller skate, the shoe part here. And I did include two. Open these up, and I'm just going to pull out what I need. It has the little laces, which are super tiny. So it has a heart, and we have your stopper, your brake, whatever it's called. I'm trying to get another circle. Little circle for the shoe here. Okay. There we go. And let me get, okay. So lay that out. And I cannot find my little picker up tool that has like the sticky. I'm not sure where I did with it. It's not here in my holder. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a small glue dot and I put it in on the end of my pokey tool, and I'm just going to wrap it around for the end and make it where it's not so sticky. And then I'm able to pick this green dot up. It's really hard to see. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on it. Okay, there we go. And it goes on this little gold piece, or rose gold rather, like so. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. I'm just going to do one for time's sake. And then I have the little circles go in the middle of our wheel. So put a little bit of glue on there. Center this up. Okay, that looks good. So now we can start putting our pieces on. We're going to put our wheel on first, one of them. Put on the heel of the shoe. Everything just lays over the black base. So that looks good. Now we'll take the shoe part, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece onto the lace. That's what that would look like. And there are 6 more of those. But you could also take a pen probably and draw some laces, or you could use some real little bit of twine and put along that if you didn't want to mess with those tiny pieces. Okay, so we're just going to take our shoe again, and we're going to line this along this edge. We have our little heart, goes on the shoe. Got my tweezers here. dab that excess glue, and I'm going to put it right here. What we'll do is we'll take our lace, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there, and I'm just going to glue this like so. So we have like a double bow, and then we'll put it on the shoe. Just a little dot there. And we'll put it right like so. Actually, we can cover that there. And I ended up covering my dot, so you probably could get by without doing the top, and you could put your bows coming out there, and you could actually, how you positioned it, let's see here, I'm gonna put it like that. There we go. So that's how the roller skate, oops, I forgot the stopper. But I thought it was so cute, I wanted to share those with everyone. So that's what the roller skate looks like. And the next thing that I have is a heart banner. And I did modify this. It had another heart, and I just wasn't a fan of the heart, so I added a more traditional heart. This is your back piece. And your, whoops, let's see here. Turn that over. There we go. And the pink has texture on one side, so that way you'll know it's the front. And then these will lay there, and your heart will go on top. This one, we are going to take our decorative piece and lay it down first on our pink. Make sure you have the texture side facing front. Make sure you have the score lines lined up. I found it easier just to not fold your score lines yet. Just get everything glued together, and then you can fold your score lines. It doesn't seem to want to line up if I do it first. And then we have that, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of my heart. And then just center it on the front like so. And I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue and just put a little dollop right there to hold that together, and then a little dot back here, and the same thing on the other side. Okay, so that's that one, and I thought, you know, you can embellish that with some flowers or a bow. And the next one is a banner rosette, and so I put one together just to see how big it was, the base. But we'll go ahead and do one together. So you'll need 2 of the scored strips, a rosette in the rose gold, a decorative, and then a solid circle, 2 of the pennants or banner, you know, the bottom for the award portion, and get another one. There we go. So what we're going to do is just fan fold our rosettes. I will use my hot glue gun for this. So I'm going to take this and join them together like so. I'm just going up to the score line, and we will do this side. Like so. Okay. Crease it back where we stretched it out. And then I'm just going to push down on it to get it to fold in. And the textured paper is facing up, so actually I want to do the back first. And I like, whoops, let's fight it here. Okay, there we go. Get my fingers, and I'm going to put some glue along the back here. And then I'm going to take this piece, and I'm going to go around and put it closer to the edge, like so. And I will get my tweezers for that, because the glue gun's been on for a while and it does get hot. So now I'm just lining these making sure they're evenly spaced, the rosettes, or their mountains and valleys are evenly spaced, like so. And then I'm just going to hold that down for a little bit, and we'll go ahead and turn it around, make sure it looks good. I'm going to glue the decorative paper, and of course you could use whichever side you like. And I really like the decorative with the peach. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this, and we're just going to center it on our scallop circle, like so. That looks good and centered. And I will use some hot glue for gluing it to the rosette so it can kind of ooze around. And we'll just center it to our rosette. And then on these, the rose gold, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the top, and I'm just going to center it on the decorative paper. And we'll do the same thing to this one, just at the top, and center it like so. That looks pretty good. I think those are even. Yeah, pretty close. Anyways, that looks good. And I'm going to take this bone folder, and I'm just going to slightly curl that at the bottom. I'm going to get those how I like them. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue in the back, like so. And I'll just go like that, and put some hot glue along the front. And let's see, I don't like that facing up the design, and we'll just glue it to the back. Now, I think that is such a cute rosette. And see, we'll do another one of the flowers. So I've included two types. One has this like ruffly edge, and one has the scalloped. We'll just go ahead and do one of these ruffle edged flowers. And I'm trying to remember, I think I put 5 of each of the flowers. I love rolled flowers, and they're so easy to make. It took me a while to figure them out though. And I'm using my pointy tweezers, and I'm going to just pinch the beginning, and I'm going to start rolling. And once you get around it, you can let go of the tweezers and it holds it. This seems to work better for me than the quilling tool. So I'm just holding it between my fingers, and I keep this middle finger at the bottom, and that helps keep it lined up. And sometimes I will have to push it back up, but if it slides down a little bit, it's okay. It's not going to affect the flower. We're just rolling it to train the paper how we want it to be. And let's see here. Sometimes the end gets a little tricky. That time it did pretty good. So take my tweezers out, put those to the side, and I'm just going to, there's the part we're going to glue to, and I'll let it go, let it loosen up some. And I'm going to go ahead and just take my thumb and roll these back some, like so, just to give them some shape. And I think there's enough ink on this that I'm just going to ink the edges a little bit. And that changes, I think, the look a lot. At the center, there we go. See, it just gives a little bit more shadow. And just play around with how you want it shaped. And that looks good to me, so I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put some glue on that circle and be generous. And then I'm going to make sure I get it on the center of the flower, and then I'll turn it back over and make sure it still looks good, and it does. And that circle is not quite big enough to cover it, so I'm just going to put some glue over where it doesn't meet. And for this part, make sure you have a Teflon bone folder so the glue won't stick to it. And then you can just push it down. Or you could even use one of these, I think it's some kind of makeup brush, but it's a non-stick, so you can push it down so you don't burn your fingers. And that is the rolled flower, but I think they're beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit more ink there in the center. Fold it back out. You know, you can put as much ink as you want, but I think the ink just really adds to it. But I think they're a beautiful flower. But like I said, it did take me a while to get the hang of rolling them, so don't give up. I had given up, and I saw some ladies and they had given some little tips and tricks for them, and that helped me. What we're going to do is the bow, and like I said, I lost some footage, so this is one put together, but I love it. I think it's so pretty. And I'll bring in our pieces, and I'm going to glue the decorative to the rose gold. So we're going to take the bone folder, and I'm just going to curve the bow portion as well as the little center part. And I am going to use hot glue for this. Folding that over, making sure that's how I want it. And I'll just put a little bit of hot glue right here, like so. And I'm going to take this and just put in there so I can push it down and make sure it has a good hold. Okay, that looks good. A little bit of glue on the bow here, and fold it over and line this up so the curves all match when you're looking at the bow. A little bit of glue on this side, fold it over like so, lining it up. That looks really good. Now we will do the same thing to this one. We will turn this at a slight angle. Oops, let me put some glue. And then this goes on top, and I'm just going to turn it ever so slightly. Here, there we go. Make sure it lines up like so. And then we'll glue our centerpiece on top. And we're going to bring this in again and just push down. Make sure it holds. And then I'm going to put glue on this piece along the top, and we will center this the best that we can, making sure it's angled a little bit. Okay, that looks good. I have to bring this back in and hold it down in the middle. That's our double loop bow. But I think those are really pretty. I really like bows, so I included 2 different ones, or actually there's 3 different bows. And this one is a double layer bow. And I think I did 2 of most things, and then on some things I did give more. So we're going to take our bone folder again, and we are just going to curl this like so. And I want to use a little bit of hot glue, just a little dot. And we're going to take this and fold it over and line it up. See how when I fold it in half, the curved parts are lined up. Another dot of hot glue, and I'm going to line this one up as well. Like so. And do the same thing to the smaller piece. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this piece on, and it does have some score marks rather. There's 4 of them, as you can see how it makes like a little square. So got that ready, and let's go ahead and I'm going to turn those over and glue the smaller bow to the larger bow, like so. Dot of glue on the top, and then we'll take our little strip and center it like that. Then we'll turn this over and put a little dot of glue there and there. Just be careful not to burn your fingers, and you can use regular glue. I just like the quick hold of hot glue for this. Okay, so that's the bow portion, and now we'll do our tails. Make sure the script is the right way. I think that's it. And I'll put a dot of glue there in the middle, and we will center this over our tails, and that looks good. There are 2 little boxes. And it has a little bow. 4 of the decorative for the sides. Okay, that goes there. So I'm just going to open it up, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this little piece on the front. And I just realized I forgot to put acetate for my partners for the inside of their window, so I do apologize. I am so sorry. And we're going to glue these pieces in between the score marks of the box. And I'll go ahead and put this bow together. So now I'm just going to fold over all of the score lines and give them a good crease. Okay, so we will fold these up, and I'm just going to glue all 4 tabs to the sides of the box like so, just lining those up on the corners. And now we're going to take these top tabs on the sides and just put some glue and fold them over. Just folds in like so, and put your little tab, it goes in the little slit. There we go. And like I said, I'm so sorry I forgot to include acetate. And put your little bow. Put mine up in the corner. And it's a cute little gift box. And the next thing that I am sharing is a bag topper. And I did include 2 bags. I remembered those, but forgot the acetate. I hate that I forgot that acetate. That's going to drive me crazy. I'll have to get the addresses of my partners and mail them some acetate. And these are just a really simple bag topper. Once again, I'm choosing the floral side, but you could also use the back side. Just going to put some glue on the back of the decorative piece. And I'm going to center it rather right here. I'm going to put it up along the edge. There we go. So it's just going to be like that. And then this will go, you could put it here. I think I'm going to put it at the top. I'm just going to put some glue here in the middle. And I'm going to put mine along the top edge. Center that up. And there's quick and easy bag topper, and you could take one of your rolled flowers and put on there. Would be really cute. I included some little mini pizza boxes. I have a couple of those. We'll get out one of each of the pieces here to make it. Okay, so I'm just going to score all of my pieces. And these little tabs do come loose when you are folding it over. Get this little piece here apart. There are 2 little score lines here in the front that are really close together to form that edge like so. And fold these little tabs here down. So this is what it looks like. These tabs in the middle are loose, and then you've got this piece here. So turn it back over. And I think I'm going to go ahead and glue my tabs to it. You probably wouldn't have to, but I'm just going to do that to make it more sturdy. I'm just folding that over the tab and just lining it up. I'll do a little bit better on this one. So this is that tab in the middle. And I'm just going to fold that under and line it up along the edge like that. And then I'm going to glue the little tabs to this part right here. Okay, now we'll work on the top half. I'm going to put glue on this long tab. ahead and put glue on both of them. I'm just going to fold this over and make sure that it matches up on the corners. And on the inside, I'm making sure the tab is below the score line. Actually, I'm just going to run the bone folder and make sure it's good and adhered. And let's see, I'm going to fold it back. That'll make it a little bit easier. You can see I'm lining the tab up along that corner, and then I'm making sure it's flush along the top, like so. So I'm just going to take the bone folder and give it a good burnish, like so. And then I'm going to fold this back, and I'm going to put some glue along here, like so. And I'm going to glue that down just to make sure it holds, like so. And I'm trying to decide how I want my pizza box. I think it goes like this. That's how it goes. So I'm going to open it back up, and I'm just going to kind of push these in a little bit to make it along the sides there, and give it a little bit nicer finish. And that looks good. So now we can add our decorative pieces. And that's our pizza box. But I thought that was so cute, I had to share with everyone. We will do the little bunnies first. I have 3 different designs of chocolate bunnies. So we have the one that has the eaten ear, 2 of the back of the bunny, and then 2 of just a side profile. And this, I'm trying to remember, I think it's like this, the texture side. So the back silhouette of the bunny has the tail here, and the bite out of the ear bunny has this bow, and I made little tails for each of them because I just didn't like them not having a little white tail. And I couldn't find my little pom-poms, or I would have included those, so I hate that I couldn't find them. And then the little bow goes there. So those are our 3 bunnies. I thought they were just so cute, and I thought they would be great if you were making some embellishments, or you have some Easter projects and you just want to tuck a little bunny in. I thought they were adorable. I had to include some of the bunny bows. 2 different style of ear. One's a little bit smaller and the bottom is a little bit different. And then you have the circle for the nose. I'm not sure what this piece is for, so I'll just lay it to the side. Maybe it'll come to us. I'm going to go ahead and glue the ear pieces on, and there are little score marks along the top. So go ahead and fold those down so you'll know where they're at before we glue on the pink for the ear. Of course, we will curl our bow. We'll center the bow. So that's our little bunny bow. And the next item is a bunny box. I did have to alter the file, so I was able to include it in this swap, because if not, it would have been too big. We have our 2 main pieces, and we have 2 ears, a black piece to go behind the face so the whiskers will show, and the pink for the ears as well as a pink nose, and then it came with a tail for the back of the box, but since I did a white box, you may not want to use it. I should have cut out a pink tail if I'd been thinking. So we're going to take the bunny face, we're going to fold that over, and then we want to make sure we have these sides opposite each other as well as this tab. So I'm going to fold on the score lines like so, and there's score lines on that part as well. And fold these back and this. Okay, and let's go ahead and put some glue around the bunny whiskers and the eyes like that, and then I'm going to put glue around the edge, so I make sure everything gets adhered. That looks good. Yeah, that looks really good. And let's go ahead and do the nose. And while that's drying, let's go ahead and do the ears. I think I have 2 left ears. Let me get another ear out. And once again, it's a textured cardstock, so there's texture on one side and it's smooth on the back. And we'll just flip that over and glue the pink onto the ears like so. And these do have a tab on the bottom, so just fold those back and we'll put them to the side, and we'll bring these pieces back and making sure I've got them the right way. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue this square, just the square part, to the square part of the other piece. And I am going to take the bone folder and I'm just going to curve this a little bit. And what you do is you bring these 2 pieces together that have like the tabs, and this will go over top like so. And we have our cute little bunny box. And like I said, I should have cut out the pink tail, but you can still put a white tail back there. And I couldn't find any instructions for this, but I looked at the picture and they just glued these tabs to the top of the box. So I'm going to put one here like so, and then this one's going to go underneath of the top fold over like that. So I'm tucking that tab underneath the fold so I can get it lined up. I'll slide it down just a little bit like that. And now I can pull this loose so that I have them positioned and really give a firm hold. And do the same thing here. Push that down. And then make sure I get it. So I'm just going to burnish it, would be the best thing to do. I thought it made a cute little treat box. So I hope everyone enjoys what I sent them. And I am so sorry about forgetting the acetate. That's going to bother me. Thanks for watching. I hope that you have a great day. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks. Bye-bye.